Welcome back to Take Squared. It's episode 2, season 2. I'm back with my co-host.
It's Jaden.
And we're here with his very special guest.
It's me, Laurans, Trinh.
All right, he's a Salisbury alum, but he's doing big things. I mean, he went to Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Correct.
He's in their band.
Mm-hmm.
They post him all the time. I see all the posts. He gets his little screen time a little bit.
Yeah.
Jaden, you want to introduce our special guest today?
So me and Laurans have a pretty good, solid connection. I've known him since elementary school, but he probably doesn't remember me all that well.
No, I remember you.
All right, good. But what me and Laurans have a lot in common is that we're both musicians. Me and Laurans are both musicians, and we have a lot in common in that area.
Laurans, you want to introduce yourself, who you are?
Go ahead.
Well, for those who are listening to the Ortega Square podcast, thank you for having me, and thank you for listening in. My name is Laurans Trinh. I'm a Salisbury alum, like Jaden said. In addition to that, I go to Temple University, where I major in public relations. So I'm studying, how to communicate the best strategies to appeal to people, kind of like marketing, advertising. On top of that, I do a lot of music on the side. I do a lot of gigs with my band Paratopia. That's a lot of jazz fusion music. But I've also started to explore classical music as well. I'm in the Temple Wind Symphony last year, and I hope I can make it in again. And that's been an incredible experience. But on top of that, I'm also in the Temple University Marching Band. And what's exciting, what I'm so excited and looking forward to, is going to the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade with the Temple University Marching Band. So I've done a lot at Temple, and it's a good time over there. And that's my story. That's what I've been up to.
So, Laurans, when you were in Salisbury, I remember I was Media 2, and you were Media 1.
Oh, man.
And he basically ran, like, his whole group. Mr. Weatherhold, he always had to say, you have to make this class what you want to make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to make the most of it. Laurans, sometimes pain in the butt because he wanted things done the way you formed it and the way you made it your own. It's inspiring, man.
No, I was a pain in. Can I curse on here?
Yeah, you can curse.
I was a pain in the ass in high school. Okay, I understand that. All right, I was really uptight. I was very big ego.
Yeah, but you got things done.
I got things done, yeah, but that doesn't excuse you to being a jackass,
That's
all right? So yeah, I apologize for that, Angel.
There's no need to apologize. No, just like, I mean, the things you did at Salisbury, like, it's pretty, you did a lot, man.
I did do a lot.
You left an impact. That's what matters.
Exactly.
For those who don't know me on the Ortega Square podcast, I don't really like to do this anymore, like to talk about my past high school experience, but I was the class president, class of 2024. I love that position greatly. Got to meet a lot of cool people, got to do a lot of cool things. On top of that, I literally spent most of my time doing music, so I was very involved with the marching band, concert band, and jazz band at Salisbury. And I don't know, that jazz band was my baby, okay? I was recruiting people left, right, and center. I that's how I got Jackson McGuckin. That's how I got that guy in, because I was like, please join this band.
Yeah.
Right?
And he actually made it better, too. Like, when he joined, like, even the year that you weren't there once you graduated, it was, like, there wasn't a lot of members still, but even so, we worked with what we had. I taught some other people. I taught a freshman how to play the drums for a song while teaching myself bass at the same time. So it was just an experience where we had to work with what we had, and we couldn't complain because we still had the passion to play. Because if you didn't know, concert band got canceled that year.
Yeah,
we didn't have no concert
when
band.
I came back for that alumni concert, I was like, "Where's the concert band?"
There's no concert band. It was just jazz band and chorus, and then the marching band. But we worked with what we had, and it sounded pretty good at the concert. It sounded really,
you had a good
really
time,
good.
Man. You had a good time.
It was a good time. I was there.
Yeah.
I was in attendance.
Yeah.
Those were to take a square shout out. For those who were there, if you remember, just talk about Lawrence's impact. Like, you don't always see the immediate impact. What happens in that really following year? Your name was still mentioned.
I don't want to,
Teachers still talk to me.
I don't want to play my own fiddle or blow my own horn.
Yeah.
I just want to, what have they been saying about me?
So it's just pretty much just generic references, basically, so to speak. Sometimes, me personally, if Laurans were here, what would he do? Laurans would make no, I'm not even trying to glaze or put him on a high pedestal. I'm literally just saying that really, who's gonna teach him this, that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
I have to teach him.
He made an impact, and you try to follow in his footsteps. I don't want to sound like Laurans is God.
But you humble me. But I'm glad you did that. You know, I think what is so important in any aspect of life is making do with what you have. Right? You know,
that was a big thing we talked about on the last episode too.
Exactly. You have to make do with what you have. But on top of that, you got to have the drive to do it. Right? You got to have the drive and the passion to do it. You don't practice. I know you play football. You're playing football at ESU?
No, I'm retired, man.
Man, you're not going to go to D3 football?
D2. No, I'm not. No.
But, you got to put the work in. And, given what you have, with the opportunities you have to find the opportunity. And you have to be motivated to do it. Without that motivation, those opportunities really don't appear, and you can't make use of them. All right, and you can't just create some kind of situation out of thin air, some opportunity. So there's that. I don't want to speak too long here, guys, but I'm a first year public relations major, right?
Yes,
and we do a lot of social media, and the big thing with college is you need to find an internship to get a job. You need to find an internship. Well, no one's accepting a freshman for an internship, right? No one is. And the people who do have internships as a freshman either have daddy's money, nepotism, or they just were really cracked at networking in high school, right? All right, it's either those three. So, as a guy who had none of those three things, right? Especially, I did not network in Philly at all, right? I was like, hey, I need to get an internship. I got to make some kind of mark. So as I've been doing a lot of these bands, I was like, all right, how can I incorporate my major within my, what I'm doing daily? So my band Paratopia, I run the social media accounts for that. I make all the posters. I make all the graphics. So it's kind of created a portfolio for me. Okay. So then when I, have to actually apply for internships, which I plan to do during spring 2026, I have a little bit of something to fall back on. I said, hey, I've done this. I've built up my skills, and I have this work to show, So what I've done right there is I've found the opportunity, and I've taken the reins and made it my own, found my own path. So that's what I've done so far. Okay. But
so, I mean, kind of in the same boat, like I'm going into communications, which is like, I'm trying to plan a career in advertising, that's what I'm trying to do.
That's it.
But inadvertently, ended up starting Ortega Squared. You kind of asked us before we started recording. We kind of started Ortega Squared in journalism class. It was a project, and we were like, this is what we can do. Slowly, kept taking up a notch. We started an Instagram. We started putting them on Spotify. We started advertising to the students around the school, We
started making merch as well. We made stickers, and we hid them all, and they're all over the school.
If you didn't have an Ortega Square sticker, you weren't that.
I was Miss Ronick, She was like, this speech is brought to you by Ortega Square.
And that's not the only time we were announced. We were announced at the annual award ceremony. We got the award for the press award as well.
Wow.
And then we got announced at Mr. Salisbury as well.
But I don't think neither of us were in attendance.
We weren't in attendance for Mr. Salisbury.
So they kind of shut it out and we weren't there. Kind of what you were doing, I get to build, I get to make all these Instagram posts, I get to make these logos, and it's kind of like, oh wait, I can apply, this kind of applies to what I'm trying to do. Social media management is one of the big new careers that it's
it's a big thing. I'm glad you guys are doing that, making the most of what you have, taking the opportunities that you have, and venturing and trying new things. I really appreciate that. So there's that. But I heard a journalism class in a Mr. Salisbury. Ooh. What the heck happened? What? I've never heard of those two things.
Our class advisors.
Newspaper. Wait, let's answer the first one.
Let's answer first.
Newspaper and journalism is a class.
It's an elective.
Jen, you can answer the second about Mr. Salisbury.
Okay. Mr. Salisbury, yeah.
So our class advisors of 2025, put in a lot of work and effort to actually bring it back, and then it was a huge success actually. And there was a lot of people who actually signed up. It was a good event though.
Overall.
Have you guys been to Okay, it seems like it's saying this, makes me seem like I peaked in high school. But have you guys been to like Mr. Parkland and whatnot?
No.
Oh my goodness. You have yet to see Mr. Parkland. It's a full-on show. They do they choreograph things. They bring in like these famous judges. Like they got a Jets player to be the judges.
Perks of being a big school.
Do you know Mike and Steph in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought in both of them. Wow. As judges.
I probably know that Jets player. I think I met him at a All-Star game.
Yeah, apparently he graduated from, Parkland High School.
Yeah, he's a tight end. I know exactly what you're talking about. There's probably in my camera roll, scroll down, it's that guy.
Yeah, Angel will find that picture at a later date.
Yeah.
The Lehigh Valley football players, there's a big one going around, from Whitehall High School. Little Saquon Barkley right there.
Can't stand him, I'll be honest.
You can't stand Saquon?
No, I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah, that's tragic, dude.
Let's not stray from the topic, though.
I'm a newly indoctrinated Eagles fan. I had a roommate who would always watch, Eagles football.
Oh, you're a new
biggest gen. Yeah, exactly. I'm a new gen.
He's a seed.
I actually now know how football works. All right, no. Salisbury football. I did not know how it works. I was like, what's a down? What's a down? What's a 2-point conversion?
I mean, we didn't really see many of those, but like,
Temple football is pretty bad.
Yeah, they have a low rating in college football.
Yeah, they're like
we're the worst team.
They're the worst team in college football.
I believe. All right, we got a coach. His name is Casey Keeler.
Yeah,
he's from Emmaus, and apparently he's made bad teams good. So, that being said,
we'll see what happens.
I'm excited. I'm pumped because I want to see some wins. Okay, there's nothing.
They did some good recruiting. I heard.
I hope they do. I'm not hip to the college football scene. Right, I'm not really that hip. But
I am.
But like,
I mean, you can't play in Eagle Stadium and then be bad.
Yeah, no, exactly. Exactly. Oh, God, we talk about football. This is not a sports podcast. Anyways, what do you guys even mainly talk about?
Honestly, it's like I kind of had to switch it. It's more about, like, learning about pop culture and, like, I mean, it could be sports or, like, music or film, but we learn about it through perspective. You know what I mean? Not about what's popular, like, the hot topics, but more about, like, what someone can bring or what someone brings to that,
right.
Oh, so, Temple University, it's in Philly.
Yeah.
When the Eagles won the NFC Championship,
right? City.
All right, and when they won the Super Bowl, I was there, down on Broad Street, just saying. I saw the signs taken down.
Oh.
I got a lot of photos from that night.
You didn't go down there?
Huh? I went down there. I was debating climbing up a traffic light, but I didn't do it.
People were climbing light posts.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a kid died climbing one of those posts. And he was a Temple student. So what happened was he was climbing up the post, and he slipped, and unfortunately he fell on the back of his head, and it was very tragic. It was very unfortunate that that kid who was living in my dorm at the time, he lost his life. So it's been unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
do not climb poles, please.
Yeah. Mayor Sherelle Parker was, was like, guys, do not do anything stupid. And there's a lot of vandalism that day. But,
I would imagine.
But I will say, despite all the vandalism, that is the safest time to be out at Philly at night. All right, there was no crime. I think
there's no like
no shootings, no murders. Okay, all right.
No.
Notice how when the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, there were shootings, right? No shootings. It was a good time. All right, safest time to be in Philly is when the Eagles win. All right. When the Eagles win. Also, the best time to drive in Philly is when there's an Eagles football game in because no one is on the road. Oh. Just want to put that in there.
Yeah, but there's a Phillies game. The roads are packed though when there's a Phillies game.
There's a Phillies game, yes. But when it's an Eagles game, right? Best time to drive is when they're playing. Yeah. Okay. Now the Phillies game, different story.
It's horrible.
That's
don't drive to Jersey while there's a Phillies game, guys.
Don't drive anywhere, man. while there's anything happening in Jersey.
Dude,
Like,
there's a lot happening in Jersey. Come on, there's a lot. Jersey is hip. Like, Jersey's hip. You know, you got.
It's not hip.
It's hip, dude. You got Edison, New Jersey, my favorite Asian spot. You know, you got H Mart. You got your 99 Ranches. It's a good time there.
Shout out H Mart, please.
And shout out H Mart. And then y'all have not been to the. You know, you gotta be hip to the American Dream Mall next to the MetLife Stadium.
It's good. We've been.
It's
there.
a great
I've
place.
been to the American Dream so many times. It is like my least favorite place.
Desaturated.
No, it's terrible. It's so bad.
Listen. I'm a little PA boy. All right, little guy. Grew up in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Doing big things.
You see this big mall with all these different stores you never heard of. Like, I know there's a great store that I really like called A-Land, right? We don't have that because that store's all the way in Korea, and for some reason it's now in the American Dream Mall, and it's great. All right.
I have a question to ask you,
What?
Laurans.
What?
Are you a Labubu fan?
No. Oh my God! Holy cow! This is another thing. Folks, before I came here, Jaden asked me, yeah, what do you drink? Do you drink coffee? I said, no, I hate coffee, right? And it's like, oh, do you drink matcha? I was like, I do drink matcha, right? But not in the mornings. But when I came here, they gave me a matcha here in the morning. And I want to talk about something. The performative male epidemic. God, this makes me so mad. Okay? Because, like, let me tell you, if you knew me, all right, and you guys do know me.
Yeah.
Every time I go to a Wawa, I order this one drink, a matcha cream smoothie. And you knew that before any of this performative male stuff came out, I was a matcha fan. I was there before the white girls took it from me, okay? I was there, all right? I was there in line at the H Mart and during the pandemic getting my matcha before anyone, and at the Paris Baguette and the Sunmary Bakery before any of them, all right? But then 2025 hits, and everyone is now hating on matcha. Everyone's hating on matcha, right? Because, you know, it's the performative thing. And then, too, oh my God.
Wait, Laurans. You're a matcha fan and you're like a Laufey fan, bro?
Leve.
Whatever.
Hold on. I was a fan of Leve. I was a fan of...
This guy's performing.
I was a fan of Leve in like...
He corrected me.
In like 2020, like 2023. And maybe like 2021 because she was recording some great pandemic jazz standards, all right? It was a good time. It was a great time. I loved it. I loved her voice. I loved her music, right? And then 2024 comes, right? And Clairo drops Charm. Right,
it's the greatest album of all time.
It's a great. Right. I really dig that album because I was kind of getting it was hip. Yes, I was kind of getting desaturated to Leve, and then Clairo drops the album and I enjoy it. But then that all gets freaking ruined, dude. When 2025 summer comes and all my hobbies are taken away from me. Clairo, performative. Leve, performative. Matcha, which I have been since the very start. Okay,
Laurans, you need to fight back. You need to be proud of who you are.
I am fighting back.
Be proud of who you are.
I am fighting back. I said, you guys are ruining it. You guys aren't doing it right, okay? All right, you guys aren't doing it.
So you are performing.
No. You guys are fake
in a jazz, in a band.
Oh my freaking dude!
You play sax.
Matcha.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
He was on Laufey.
You're actually rage baiting, bro. Yeah.
I'm not. This is not rage baiting,
me, bro.
Laurans, what I need to tell you though, you got to be proud of who you are. See, I was late to the Clairo train. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I've been listening to a lot of Clairo this year.
Okay.
She's probably gonna be my number one artist by this pace, all right? But I'm not. I'm proud of it. I'm being proud of it. I had a matcha this morning. All right? I had a matcha this morning. All right? And no one can take that away from me.
Exactly. Oh my god, dude. You know, like the good matchas up in Edison, New Jersey. Oh, and Philly. There's a great place called Matcha Micah.
All right, what about Edison? What's the place to go in Edison?
Haiti is a great place.
Okay,
right?
You heard it here first. That's
Haiti.
where you go for your matcha.
All right, I'm ungatekeeping every single thing. Oh, and Haiti is so good. Like, their other drinks are very good as well. So I recommend in Haiti. But I get it. I am proud of these hobbies because I enjoyed them before anyone. But you know, it's like a beach, right?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful scenery in the morning, and then like 1 p.m. tourists flood it, and you hate your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
that's what's happening with me, Matcha, Claro, and Leve. Okay, I was there in the morning, and now the tourists flocked in, and I hate it. Right?
You have to take back what's yours.
I have to
You're just an OG though.
Yeah,
you were there
I am
first.
an OG, right? I'm an OG,
supporter.
but the tourists, these performative males, they're just like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. I need to kick them out because I know they're not doing it for, the enjoyment.
They're doing it for the trend.
They're doing it for the trend and to get the huzz, bro. They're trying to get the huzz, right? And that's
Has it worked, Laurans?
Has it worked? Oh my God, are we seriously gonna talk about my love life right now?
I want to hear about your band first. That's all right.
Has it worked, dude? Honestly, no, not really, because I don't really try. I think in terms of love, it'll get you when it gets you.
Jana was talking about some ABGs. I was
Bro,
trying to
shut up! Oh my God, bro,
I was trying to figure out what that meant this morning. But Laurans, I don't want to I want to hear about your band.
You want to hear about Paratopia?
Yes.
Please.
Wait, where'd you get the name?
I am actually not the band leader, right? My friend Lewis Golding and his friend Ethan Marshall. Not Ethan Marshall. Oh my God, Ethan Jacobson. Ethan Marshall was my roommate. All right. Lewis Golding and Ethan Jacobson, they met together at orientation. And they're like, let's create a band together because they're both music majors. There's let's make a band called American Beach Volleyball, right? And so they made a band. They hosted a few jam sessions, and they just got random people to come in and play with them. And eventually, it came upon a group of Lewis on bass, Ethan on trumpet, this guy named Bobby Palladino on drums, this guy named Mason Hendricks on guitar, Nora Lothar on keys, Darius Buckwalter on trombone, and then me, right? Mm-hmm. And that's when the rehearsals actually started, and then we kicked out a few members. I replaced the guitar player with a guy named Michael Myers, not the murderer. He's a killer guitar player. Michael
Shrek?
Myers.
Isn't Shrek Michael Myers?
No, what?
Shrek is played by Mike Myers. All right, that's Michael Myers.
Mike Myers is also is a serial killer too, right?
He's a character.
Yeah. Okay. Well, regardless, right? He's a killer player, Michael Myers.
Killer player.
Michael Myers is a killer player. And then we added this guy named Akash Singh, and he's so good at saxophone. He's very good. He's done a lot of national competitions. Okay. If you've seen the Essentially Ellington videos on YouTube, okay. He was on one of those. Nice. And he's a great player. He's in the second best jazz band at Temple. All right, and he's a great player.
The second best.
The second best. The top one is a bunch of seniors and master's students. Okay, so that makes sense, right?
So talk about what kind of music you guys make.
So Ethan Jacobson writes a majority of our music. Darius and Lewis like to collaborate with them as well, and Ethan writes some killer charts. Man, he's a great writer. Nice. He has this ear that is unheard of. If you play a chord on that piano, he knows, and then he thinks of all the possible ways to tie that chord into something else, right? He's an absolute genius, and with more education as he goes through Temple, I think he's he's someone to look out for. But we play his originals, and he's very inspired by jazz fusion. Okay. So we play a lot of jazz fusion, but because Ethan also listens to a lot of different music, right? He plays a lot of bluegrass. He listens to a bit of punk. He's got a very diverse music taste. Mm-hmm. Our music goes more fuses a lot of different genres. Like our namesake song Paratopia, starts out with this very jazz fusion melody, right. And then goes to this really cool punk section. All
right, hopefully I can play a clip now.
I can give you the video.
All right, let's continue.
All right, so there's this punk section, and then it goes to swing, and then a 9/4 groove that Akash usually solos on, but if he's not there, then I solo on. And it's just a good time. It's a lot of different genres being fused together. There's also another clip from the video I'll provide to you. There's a tune called Tunnel that Ethan and Darius wrote together. Nice. It goes from, this really cool jazz fusion thing, bossa nova, and then hits funk. All right, funk. That part is so fun. Darius wrote
So
yeah,
you noted that you guys do original pieces.
All
right?
original.
So do you guys ever do any covers of like actual songs at all?
When we started out, we did we did a few covers,
Okay.
mostly of a Persona, you know, Persona 4, you know, we did that, but those Persona tunes were more of our jam song. We jammed out mostly on them, and we played, and we had a good time on that. And we also tried to do other few jazz fusion covers, but however, I think, you know, the crux of Paratopia is now in these originals, because of how these tunes are written out. Like a single Paratopia tune might take 10 minutes, and we have 5, and that's like at least 50. That's 50 minutes on like a short day. And if we're a little bit into it,
right,
we might go a bit longer. Right, those 5 tunes.
I'm just saying, like, maybe are we gonna see like a Claro?
You want to do a cover?
Listen.
All right. So there's this band I'm really into called Couch, right? And if the performative males take Couch, I'm actually riding, right? That's when I
I should bleep it out. I should bleep out the name of the.
So we can gatekeep.
Yeah.
And I saw them live for free at Bethlehem when they first started doing their like summer music series, and they did this really sick cover of Toxic. So Couch, literally spelled like, you know, like a couch. And they did this really sick cover of Britney Spears' Toxic. And it was just mind-blowing. I think you guys should listen to it. And I really want to do that. I kind of want to take, you know, pop songs and, you know, make it more our style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so because of Paratopia, I've been writing a few tunes, you know, and also experimenting with that.
I just want to talk about your personal success, Laurans, like in music. Because I know you've been talking about your band and all the members, but I want to talk about your own skill right now with sax.
So right now, I would say skill is relative all the time, right?
Of course.
You put yourself in a bunch of elementary schools, you're the best player, right? You know, you're the best player in a bunch of elementary school kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, you put yourself with middle schoolers, you're the best player, right? When you get to high school, you're no longer the best player, right? You're equal, kind of. You might be slightly better than others, right? And then that's what's going on with me in college, right? You know, at Salisbury, I think I was pretty good.
Yeah,
I was pretty good, and I had an edge over the other people. All right, and I was a bit of a jackass about that. All right, but you come to college, and
it's a rude awakening.
Huh?
It's a rude awakening.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm able to, you know, compete well. Like there's definitely people that I have the slight edge over. But they make up in other ways, right? They have their own strengths, and I have my weaknesses.
Of course.
And of course, because, you know, Temple is such a great music school, it has a great jazz scene. The guy who runs the jazz program, Terrell Stafford, is in the Village Vanguard. The classical program is great. Marching band is great. You're no longer really, you know, you're equal, right? You're equal. Everyone there is trying to learn. And that's what I've ultimately trying to do. I realize I kind of suck, right? And it was kind of apparent when I tried to go, you know, outside of Salisbury. I was really bad. But I think what I really enjoyed was putting myself where I'm the worst player.
Nice.
Right? You have to be in an environment where you are always the worst player. That's how you grow, because you'll be inspired by these other better players. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going on with me at Temple University, right? I see a lot of these guys doing so much better. I play with Akash. He's such a killer player, right? And compared to him, but it motivates me, you know, because I want to win his respect. I want to be able to play with him on his level, right? And I feel inspired, and I want to, you know, win a bit of respect, get more street credit, and I want to grow. And so that's what I'm doing at Temple University. I'm trying to grow as a musician, making sure I am the worst player in every room. Mm-hmm. And hopefully, you know, when I take it back home, I'm a little bit better than what I was.
Right. I like what Laurans said. Like, imagine yourself as the worst player, because then there's always going to be that room for inspiration of other players that are better than you. And that's like what I've been realizing in my case. Like, as Laurans knows, I'm a multi-instrumentalist. My main instrument right now, I would probably say drums. But like, even if I don't play drums, I can play other instruments. I'm open to variety. And when I get invited to play at different churches or other gigs, like if they need me to play another instrument, I don't have a problem with that. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people are only tied to just one instrument. But really, lately, I feel like what Lauren said, you have to just imagine yourself as the worst one there, because like lately, I realize I'm not all that good.
Yeah. You need to put yourself in an environment where people are gonna like dog on you, and you need to realize, oh, I got this much to grow, right? And that journey can be intimidating, but if you love what you do, it's gonna be a good time. You're in for a treat, and then you make friends with these better players, and you learn so much, And
it's a great note to end on.
No, it's a great note to end on. Like Lauren said, if you surround yourself with the best, you learn from the best, and then you can be your best. All right, all right. Let's snap, guys. Let's go. All right. That's a great way to end it on. Thank you, Laurans, for talking to us.
We're gonna for coming.
Anything you want to shout out? You want to shout out Paratopia?
I want to shout out Paratopia. You can follow us at @Paratopia_official. My Instagram account is private, but
if you follow and he deems you worthy, he will follow you back.
Yeah, it is private. I might be opening up a music account soon.
Okay.
All right. And if so, you'll probably see it in my bio.
Yeah.
All right.
Linktree.
We'll link him. He'll be linked in the Spotify captions as well as the Instagram official post. Thank you for listening. This was Ortega Squared. See ya.
Thank you for having me. Bye.